Without the slave trade, the economies of Brazil, the Caribbean, and the southern United States are fundamentally different. Sugar and cotton plantations, which relied on enslaved African labor, are either less extensive or use different labor systems. The United States, while still independent from Britain, is less economically powerful because its southern economy doesn't have the same base. Latin American nations, having gained independence from Spain and Portugal in the early 19th century, as in our timeline, engage with Africa as equal trading partners. Brazilian coffee and Argentine beef are exported to Africa. African manufactured goods, textiles, machinery are imported to South America. By 1900, the world economy is more balanced. There's no single dominant power. Europe, Africa, China, the Ottoman Empire, and emerging American states all compete and cooperate in a multipolar system. And this affects global politics profoundly. In our timeline, the 20th century is defined by two world wars, both rooted in European imperialism and competition for colonies. World War I begins partly as a contest over colonial possessions and spheres of influence. World War II is shaped by the aftermath of the First War, and by fascist ideologies that include racial hierarchies justifying domination over colonized peoples. But in the timeline where Africa is never colonized, these wars either don't happen or are very different. Without African colonies to compete over, European powers have fewer flashpoints. The tensions that led to World War I still exist: nationalism, militarism, alliance systems, but they're less intense. The crisis that sparked World War I in our timeline, the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in 1914, might still occur. But without the added pressures of colonial competition, it's more likely to be resolved diplomatically. Europe in this timeline has spent the 19th century not dominating the world, but competing with equals. This breeds a different mindset, one that recognizes that war is costly, and that cooperation is often more beneficial than conflict. If a major European war does occur, it's more limited. It doesn't draw in the entire world because the world isn't divided into colonial empires. Africa remains neutral, as do many Asian states.